definitely one of those moments, absolutely.
I mean, from the legal community, we've had these groups that when Rick Gray retired.
Oh, yeah,
It was,
Oh, yeah, he was.
I mean,
like- yeah.
I think he was the same thing, it was within 3 or 4 months of when he.
Good morning.
And he's doing well. What a he's such a nice, he was such a nice, or is such a nice guy, you know. Yeah, hated to see that with Rick. Vice President went right, so he'll get that later.
Just look at it.
Oh, that's great, yeah.
I'm glad to see that, I hadn't, we went
You
to.
know, he used to work with, this year's, Jack Rupert.
Yeah.
Jack always picks him up, gets
Does
him in
he?
his car and gets him,
That's
brings
good
him
to
up
hear.
to rivals well, I think they go a lot, I think they move around, so
Yeah.
I think almost every
But
week.
just getting him
I think
out.
almost every week he gets him out to lunch.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I hadn't heard that. I mean, my wife is really good friends with his youngest daughter,
Oh, okay.
Emily.
Yeah.
And so I know they keep in touch as far as what's
Yeah.
going on and things like that.
Yeah.
Because I think Emily's here, you got a daughter, Dallas area, down in
Mhm.
Texas, something. And I forget if there's a third or not. But it's just, it's so different. You go to church and you don't see him, I mean,
Yeah.
because he was always there every Sunday.
I'll tell you, I mean, my, besides eventually the rivals, but my initial meeting with him was I was at, my wife's, my daughter's father was very difficult. And so we were in front of Judge Craig quite often. But he was always just so nice, so even keeled.
Great
You know,
demeanor.
Yes, did a great job, in my opinion, as a judge, and probably because we won a lot, but
Still.
he listened.
Yeah.
That's a big thing I caught from him, is he listened. Same thing, I think I started with Dudley Anderson, and he did a great job too. But they have a tough job. I think people realize some of it.
There's a reason why not everybody's, you don't see attorneys run into do that at all.
No. No. But I always enjoyed Judge Gray, and then when I got to personally know him, when most of that battle was done, and
Yeah.
kids were older.
Did you find out how much of it even?
It just, met him, like I said, I've known Jack for a long time, so just, he'd hang out with him and with, Brent Fish and stuff like that, and that stuff. So I got to know him then personally, what a nice guy.
Might be a short meeting.
Maybe we're not having it, I don't know. I was already down here because I did a call back in there. Oh, here they come.
Morning.
Thanks, sir.
Howdy.
Trying to have writers better outcome than Monday and Tuesday.
Yesterday was a good day, I'll tell you about it.
I was glad to not be here after Monday and Tuesday.
Anybody called in?
I'm not certain if you'll have anyone calling in or not,
Okay.
just FYI.
Jason's here?
Yeah, right here.
Yeah, okay.
Yes, sir.
Things just won't stop. Bankruptcy's the worst.
she just said, hey, give this to Chris. I guess she's sick of you.
No, she's done good. Mike brought some over after his meeting the other day. Now you're bringing more. It's all the opioid.
Oh,
stuff.
oh, yeah.
They just sent so many notices through the bankruptcy stuff that it's just,
Oh, yeah.
all of it's irrelevant to us. So.
Right.
She just snaps her fingers and says, do this, and that's what we do.
Good. She's got you trained already. Here.
Good to go?
Yeah.
Okay, good morning. We ask you to please rise for the opening prayer and pledge of allegiance before we convene our meeting. Mr. Beaman. Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, there's times in life we call out to you for help. You send us many forms of assistance. And one of those ways we honor this morning is by recognizing and thanking our telecommunicators during National Telecommunicator Week. During an emergency, they are the lines of communication that send assistance to the public. And we thank you for their lives and dedication to service. They are the vital link to monitor our law enforcement, firefighters, and EMS on critical and often dangerous calls. They are the voices we cry out to first in an emergency, and they are the ones with calm and steady voices that stay with us until the help arrives. Lord, their work is very stressful. We ask you to comfort them in a sense of relief and peace after each one of their shifts. Next Tuesday, we'll celebrate the 116th birthday of the Army Reserves, the nearly 90,000 reservists that have been involved in every major conflict and war dating back to World War I. They're currently in all 50 states, 5 U.S. territories, and 20 time zones across the world. And Lord, we thank you for these fine men and women for their service. These citizen soldiers are our family, neighbors, and friends that drop everything to serve our nation and protect our freedoms. We ask you to bless them for their humble service. We ask you now for your guidance over our meeting. We humbly ask you these things in your name. Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Morning, everyone. Convene the Commissioners' Public Meeting at this time. And we have some things to move on to personnel actions listed for the Controller's Office as informational items 3.1 through 3.3. Director?
Commissioner, seeking your approval to add the following actions. Remove the personnel actions listed for the Controller's Office as informational items 3.1 through 3.3. And the reason for doing so is that the personnel actions for elected officials will not be action items on the agenda anymore, only informational items.
Okay.
Did I get that right?
You did. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you want me to read through those or no?
Yes, please.
All right, so 3.1 through 3.3 is in the Controller's Office, Jennifer Brown, Administrative Support Staff, full-time replacement, $17.64 per hour, 75 hours per pay period. Anticipated start date 29 April 2024. In the Controller's Office, Evan Rabanowitz, Accountant 1, full-time replacement, $49,228.32 per year, 75 hours per pay period. Anticipated start date 29 April 2024. And 3.3 in the Controller's Office, Charles Feaster, Internal Auditor, full-time replacement, $40,884.48 per year, 75 hours per pay period. Anticipated start date 29 April 2024.
Okay, thank you. Okay, moving on to reports.
You want to?
Would you like to make a motion to move that?
Yeah.
Okay, we got to make a motion to put that on the information items.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye. And the reason we did that is
we've said before, I don't know what the number is or what the act is, but all the elected officials have power over their own office to hire and fire who they choose. So it used to get sent to us to approve it, but it was more ceremonial because we couldn't disapprove someone that they had wanted. What's the number?
1620.
1620, right, yeah, that's it. So, you know, as she brought up one day, like, what are we doing? So, so that's why we've adjusted it, because they have the control of who they hire and who they keep in their office. We do not.
Okay, thank you. Okay, reports, Galen. Oh, wait, I'm sorry.
Oh, wait, you gotta say-
We have proclamation first. Yes, sorry about that. Okay. Commissioner, yes.
We did skip over.
Oh, okay. Do we have any public comment on agenda items only at this time? We're gonna rewind the tape.
Is it Thursday already?
And,
Is it Friday?
all right, all right, so we're gonna go and approve the minutes of the previous meeting first.
I will make a motion.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, public comments on agenda items only.
No, no,
We just like to have fun up here, just for the record.
See what happens when you throw something in, out of the ordinary, it throws you out of,
Those you had to say.
throws you out of sync. Okay, now we have, and there's not a line? Okay, so then we move on to 1.6. Commissioner?
That's me.
Yes.
So I have a proclamation for Pennsylvania 811. So whereas the month of April 2024 recognizes Pennsylvania's 811 Safe Digging Month, an initiative supported by the Pennsylvania 811, a utility notification information center with 52 years of continuous service to the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. And whereas Pennsylvania 811 received 1 million excavation notices in 2023, over 3,000 construction projects in coordinate PA, and transmitted approximately 6 million notifications to their member facility owners and operators, allowing essential utility and construction crews to provide vital underground services and repair of critical infrastructure to communities throughout Pennsylvania. And whereas when contacting 811, at least 3 business days before digging, a homeowner or a contractor is connected to a unique service that notifies the appropriate underground utility operators in the municipality in which the work will be performed. And whereas by notifying 811 to their intent to dig, the homeowner or contractor is knowingly helped to protect the underground utilities, themselves, the work crew, and their neighbors from any unsafe digging practices within their community. And whereas upon receiving the notification from Pennsylvania 811, the facility owners and operators disperse to the said work site to mark the appropriate locations of the underground utility lines, which flagpoles, paint, or both, to establish an 18-inch tolerance zone of the outside wall of the edge of their line or facility. And now therefore be it resolved that Lycoming County, in support of the Pennsylvania Underground Utility Line Protection Law, which is PA Act 287 of 1974, as amended, we do hereby proclaim April 2024 as Pennsylvania 811 Safe Digging Month, and encourage all Pennsylvanians to visit the Pennsylvania 811 website at www.pa1call.org for information about digging safely. Thank you.
Thank you, Blair. Thank you for being with us.
My name is Blair Pro. I'm a damage prevention liaison with Pennsylvania 811, and our purpose is to promote damage to underground facilities. To promote safety, we provide an efficient and effective communications network among our project owners, designers, excavators, and facility owners. So in April, we promote National Safe Digging Month because the weather is warming up and outdoor projects are increasing. And this initiative serves as a reminder for all of our excavators and homeowners to contact 811 at least 3 business days before you dig, so that the approximate location of underground facilities can be identified and marked by the facility owners. The request is free for homeowners and helps prevent injuries, promote property damage, and inconvenient utility outages. For larger excavation projects, our application Coordinate PA allows you the ability to track one-call notifications, cross-check your tickets for permits, and check responses from the facility owners and schedule tickets. It's a secure repository for all of your maps and files. Please contact 811 prior to any excavation activities, large or small. It keeps your community safe. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Claire. And simple projects like putting a fence in, things like that.
Correct.
People don't think about things like that.
Right,
Small
right.
projects that could cause damage, significant damage.
Yes, yep,
So it's important that the public's aware of this very crucial item.
yes, thank you. And like I said, it is free for homeowners to call to have their facilities marked out.
Great, thank you.
Thank you.
We have a proclamation we'd like to present.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Do you want me to use your phone? Yes,
Please, if you don't mind.
Not at all.
Sorry. Oh, people all know it. Oh, you got it now.
Thank you.
Working on it. Thank you.
I
Thank you.
appreciate it. Have a great day.
Thank you. You
Thank
too.
you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You too.
Okay, Kayla.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning. Morning, Kayla.
Presenting for your ratification are invoices due through April 24th, 2024, to be paid on April 17th, 2024, in the amount of $1,243,176.67. The breakdown is as follows, with 67.07% being funded by the general fund at $833,831.32. 0.62% is being funded by Act 13 grants at $7,700. 19.94% is being funded by other grants and pass-through funding at $247,849.79. 11.65% is being funded by RMS at $144,863.05. And 0.72% is being funded by escrow at $8,932.51.
Okay. I have a motion to accept the cash requirements.
I will make a motion.
I'll second.
Any questions or comments?
No, I think it's good.
Okay. All fair side?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you. At this time, we'll recess the Commissioners' Public Meeting for the Salary Board and adjourn the Salary Board, convene the Salary Board.
That was an error by mine, but you can go ahead and do it
Yeah.
that way, sorry.
How about we do that after the info items?
Yeah, what happened is I added the info items
New
late
flow.
yesterday, and I forgot to move the recess.
Maya, we're already struggling up here.
I'm just adding to it, I want to join the fun, I want to join the fun.
All these curveballs,
She wanted to see if you were
we're
awake.
striking out.
So maybe we go back to the regularly scheduled commissioners meeting.
Legend has it, I could not hit a curveball.
I usually took them to right field.
Whatever.
Krista, hang tight, we'll hit information.
Okay. Hanging.
All right,
Well, they already, you don't have to approve them, you already read them. Up above.
yeah, but that was Adam. Adam to the agenda.
Yeah, I mean, really? You knew
Could-
that?
I got it. How about this? Commissioner seeking,
You don't have to.
no,
Yeah,
We ran them one time for the informational. I know.
that was the ad.
Do we have to make a motion for her to hang tight?
So,
Is
but we don't
she
have to
allowed to
vote.
hang tight
I'm gonna
without a
hang.
motion?
Commissioners, we already read the information item earlier.
Yes.
So we'll move on to salary.
Thank you. Now, I had recessed the commissioners meeting, and I had convened a salary board, and then I was interrupted, so
It wasn't me. You did not hit the
Right, I think
curveball.
you hit the curveball.
You did
I
hit
think
the
everything's right
curveball.
on track.
Thank you.
Most of it.
Thank you.
Legend has it, he can hit a
You swung in the
curveball.
dirt. Don't believe that.
All right.
For salary board.
I'd like to make a motion to approve the April 4th minutes.
I'll make a motion.
Thank you.
Oh, wait, you made the motion. I'll
You can
second the motion.
second.
I'll second the motion.
You just missed the
I
curveball.
should have known.
Okay, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Just to speak for a minute on the first two items that we're taking into consideration, with everything that's going on in the controller's office, I have 2 open accountant positions that I wasn't even considering filling for a multitude of reasons. As we know, we have contracted with Susquehanna Accounting, which is still needed. However, in the process of interviewing for an open internal auditor position, we had wonderful applicants. So I came back to you as commissioners and us as a salary board and had the suggestion to put the senior accountant position on a long-term hold to wait for people within the office to gain the experience required for that position. Add a accountant 1 position so that I could hire these people that came in and interviewed for the auditor position, because the training required for auditor and accountant are very similar, and bring in 3 very qualified individuals, one that's actually overqualified but looking to step back from high-speed, long hours of an accounting field. So we're looking to hire 3 individuals, 1 for an auditor position and 2 for the accountant 1 positions, and not fill the senior accountant position. Then as we move down the road, shake it out within the senior accountant position, the accountant 2 position, and an accountant 1 position, and delete that accountant 1 position. Have the 3 positions filled that exist currently and get rid of 1.
So you replaced 2, created a new one
Mhm.
with the agreement that you put the senior on hold.
Correct.
And once the senior's then replaced, then you would get rid of the 1.
Correct.
Okay.
So currently we would have 4 on the TDA,
Right.
1 being empty.
Right.
Keep that empty, eventually fill it, and then delete the one we're adding today.
Delete the 1 you're adding today off the TDA.
Correct. And
Okay.
still only have 3.
Still have 3.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Okay.
that it takes care of the explanation of the 2 actions on the agenda for the controller's office.
Okay. Makes sense.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
So the first action is place the senior accountant position on long-term hold, and the second action is add accountant 1 position, pay grade 9, effective 4/29. This position is being added temporarily until current and future staff meets experience requirements for accountant 2, and senior account positions for appropriate advancements. At that time, this position would be deleted and staff will be moved on to other existing positions.
Okay. Do I have a motion?
I will make a motion.
I would say.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
Okay, motion by Commissioner Lucina and second by Troy Rogers. All in favor, say aye.
Aye. And the last action, we had added a temporary chief county detective position before, I think, District Attorney Marino had taken office for a training situation, and that is no longer needed. So they had requested that we remove that.
Okay, can I have a motion?
You make a motion, or,
Can I have a motion?
oh, I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
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 And that would be it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
As Krista goes back to her seat, we continue to be pleasantly surprised with the quality of applicants, because we keep hearing in the world how it's tough filling positions, and it's not been universal. Some positions are still tougher than others, but with a lot of the spots that we've had here early in 2020, in the first quarter of 2024, we've been really, really pleased with the quality of the people that we've been able to add.
Thank you. Okay, at this time, we'll adjourn the salary board and reconvene the Commissioners' Public Meeting. Personal actions. Mike?
Mike being one of them. Our new additions.
Thank you.
And we're pleased.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Approve the following personnel actions as conditional offers of employment, subject to the successful completion of a background check and all other employment conditions as outlined in Attachment B. And I label these as 6 fastballs coming at you, so.
So you got a chance.
Human Resources Office, Lemore Hirschberg, Senior Recruitment Specialist, full-time, replacement at $20.97 per hour. That's 75 hours per pay period with an anticipated start date, April 29, 2024. We have 2 at the Pre-Release Center. Dante Bloom, Resident Supervisor 1, full-time replacement, $18.64 per hour, 80 hours per pay period with an anticipated start date of April 29, 2024. And then Kayla Crawford, Resident Supervisor 1, full-time replacement, $18.64 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated start date April 29, 2024. We have 2 at the prison. Michael Minier, Sergeant, full-time replacement, $26.72 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, with an anticipated transfer date April 29, 2024. And then George Steisley, Sergeant, full-time replacement, $27.20 per hour, 80 hours per pay period with an anticipated transfer date April 29, 2024. And wrapping up at the Resource Management Services, Robert Renwick, full-time replacement, $20.33 per hour, 80 hours per pay period, anticipated transfer date April 29, 2024.
Okay, thank you. A motion?
I assume it's a misprint after Robert's pay, where it carries it out 4 decimal places.
You can delete that as a clerical error. With the clarification, it's the 2033 rate.
Yes, I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
Any questions or comments?
No, that wasn't me. That was like, I just cut and pasted.
Hearing none, all fair side?
Aye.
Okay,
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to action items 6.1 through 6.5. Maya.
Good morning, Commissioners. Good morning, Matt.
Good morning.
All right, the first item I have for you, 6.1, vote to approve emergency resolution. It's 2024-05. It's for the replacement of 203 exterior windows on the 3rd and 4th floor of 3rd Street Plaza Building in the amount of $74,860.31. So we've been having some rainfall, and it became known that we had some issues with those windows. So doing our due diligence, we're going to replace those, and it's also damaging the construction that's happening on those floors, which is obviously concerning. So we wanted to take care of this right away so that we don't incur any damage further and additional costs as a result of that as well.
And this is something that we would have had to have replaced, whether the joiner or us were moving across the street.
Correct.
Those floors, those windows have been leaking, and they've gradually got worse.
Yes.
And now to the point where it's causing even further damage. So we looked at what was the most cost-efficient way to replace them, and this is a lot better than the initial quote that we had received.
Yes. Yeah.
Much.
Yes.
Much
Almost
better.
half.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was 150,000.
Yes.
Yeah, so, and we'll be taking these out of emergency action.
Yes.
Okay.
So was this a second bid or just honed in on what really needed to be done?
Yeah, we just kind of went with who we know we could complete the work in a timely manner.
Yeah, and we're doing that under our emergency resolution.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
And I guess to add, Commissioner Swanton, so because it is emergency, we're excluded from doing the proper bidding process.
Okay, it's resolution 2024-05, it's stated on top of the resolution. So, I have a motion,
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
all fair side?
Aye.
The next item I have for you, 6.2, vote to approve resolution 2024-06. It's for the auction of surplus computer equipment, which has an estimated value in excess of $1,000. So legally, we have to do this, and what I will do is turn around all of that equipment, and I will sell it on municipal bid, and hopefully generate some revenue.
Right. Okay, motion.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
The next item, 6.3, vote to approve Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency Subgrant Award Notification for the Lycoming Clinton Co-Responder Initiative in the amount of $189,762. This is a pass-through grant through the joinder, and I believe we have Keith here, and he can talk a little bit about the project.
Morning, Keith.
Morning. So this is a grant from PCCD to reduce gun violence. There were several options for reducing gun violence. The one we opted to pursue is a co-responder model that will embed a mental health crisis worker into law enforcement. The Williamsport City Police already have this grant previously, so they're already pursuing that. So this grant, we were focused on Lycoming Regional Police Department and then Lock Haven City, because we're bi-county. And we are working with the Mental Health Crisis Agency, CCR. They actually do this in other counties, so they've already met with the two police departments, the chiefs. They will hire a mental health crisis worker. They will train the individuals, and then those individuals will be trained by law enforcement. They won't carry weapons, but they will carry a radio. They will have a vest. They will get the law enforcement training they need. And then they will be embedded, they will work out of the law enforcement, so they'll be available to travel and co-respond to any law enforcement issue that involves someone with a mental health or drug and alcohol issue, with the hope being that that reduces a lot of things, most especially gun violence, but also the need for hospitalization and or ending up in prison.
Thank you. All right, motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Any questions or comments? Okay, all in favor side?
Aye.
Thank you, Keith.
Thank you.
Thanks.
The next item I have, 6.4, vote to approve amendment to agreement with Fred Ham Incorporated. This is to help with our extra services of trash that we have to satisfy that. And do you want me to also, because we're approving this, do you want me to say the extras that we incurred prior to this agreement too? Do you want me to approve that, or will?
Absolutely, I mean, I would.
Okay, that's what I was thinking too.
Yeah.
So, we also have, I think it's roughly $2,100, I think, I'm not sure the exact amount, but I know it's about that.
Is the
extra.
solicitor okay with with letting them approve the outstanding excess invoices?
Yes, just we'll amend the agenda. item.
Okay.
So we'll vote to amend it with the added approval to pay the outstanding
Same.
invoices.
Up until.
Okay, I need a motion stating that.
I will make a motion.
And I'll second that.
All in favor side?
Aye.
Okay. Great, thank you.
So then moving forward, Fred Ham will continue to pick up the trash, including the extras as well.
All right, this is good, it's just been resolved. So thank you, Controller, for working with us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yep. It's just now approve the actual agenda item itself.
Okay.
I'll make the motion to approve the agenda.
Now, I'll second the amendment to the agreement with Fred Ham.
Okay, all in favor side?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. And Maya, thank you for your work on it too.
You're welcome.
It's been an ongoing situation since December, I believe.
October,
October?
if not September.
Yes.
Well, and what was that far back?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
And the last item I have for you is 6.5. It's vote to approve agreement with Lycoming Abstract Company Incorporated. This is to help resolve a litigation issue.
Okay,
I will make a motion.
I'll second.
all in favor side?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Maya.
You're welcome.
6.6 through 6.9, Jason?
Morning, Jason.
Good morning, Commissioner. Morning, Director. Commissioners, 5.6, approve the agreement with Highway Equipment Supply Company. We have a professional service agreement with Highway Equipment. They are our local Volvo dealer. So this is simply a change in their hourly rates. As they make changes, we have to make the amendments. So this is used as an as-needed basis when we need to bring in a Volvo service tech for some of our equipment, so seeking your approval.
Okay, motion?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Commissioners, 5.7, vote to approve purchase of a 2024 CAT 305 excavator from Cleveland Brothers in the amount of $246,943. This is through CoStars. This is with the trade-in of a 2013 Doosan DX180. And we're getting a 60-inch ditch bucket with it as well. This is a budgeted item for 2024.
Okay, so last week we had a conversation about going out for bid on equipment. And so we see a 2013 one being traded in for $43,000.
Yes.
So we discussed this.
Yeah, so if I may, I'll step in real quick. I did say to Jason to move forward for 2 more pieces of equipment. But another thing that I would like to commend him in public for doing is he also worked out a deal with our vendors that they will give us, was it 60 or 90 days, Jason?
I'm asking for 60. And the tricky part, Commissioner, if I may, is Caterpillar will most likely honor CAT equipment, Volvo will honor Volvo equipment. This is being a Doosan, and also the one skid steer we're looking at here in the near future. When it's off-brand, we'll call it off-brand
Right.
to their line. That will be a difficulty, which we'll just pull it out of the purchase, and we'll just put it up for wait till we can get available through Maya's department for the
Right.
municipal.
So RMS is moving forward with going to municipal, but as I was saying, Jason made a deal that if in 60 days, or he's working on a 60-day number, if within 60 days we didn't sell it for more than the trade, they'd still take the trade. So it's a win-win for the county, I think, and he did a great job working that out. So I said, yeah, since
It's a
these
safety net.
were already on the books, I said, let's just go ahead and roll with what we were doing, don't make changes to what we had. But moving forward, he's very open to those changes. So,
Yep.
thank you.
Jason, the 2013 piece of equipment that was traded, how many hours were on it? What kind of shape was it in?
I don't have the hours in front of me, Commissioners. I will just say it's in rough shape, and it does, hopefully it'll be the last time we buy any of that machine.
Okay. So you weren't
If I can be
satisfied?
if I can be kind about it, Commissioner, yes, that's why we're going to move forward with something a little more robust. Yes.
All right, thank you. Okay, and thank you for the Commissioner being on top of this, working with Jason to try to see if we can get more money out of our older equipment.
Mhm.
Okay. Have a motion?
I will make the motion.
I'll second
All fair side?
Aye.
Commissioners, 5.8, this is approved purchase of 2024 CAT 317 mini excavator in the amount of $68,138. This is also through CoStars. This is also a budgeted item, and we are trading in a 2008 304 mini excavator for $25,000. This is a machine that we can put on a trailer and take nearly anywhere for any calls that you give us or duties you need, plus we use it all over the facility. We just refer to it as the mini hoe. It's super handy, and the 2008 has served a good life, sir.
Okay. A motion?
I will make the motion.
I'll second.
All fair side?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Lastly, 5.9, vote to approve the submission of the 903 County Recycling Quarter Grant to DEP. Commissioners, if you recall my conversation with you last week with the purchase of the recycling truck, I mentioned that there is grant funds available through our programming. So every ton of waste that comes in, we have to submit $2 a ton for the Recycling Act. That money quarterly goes down to them. Well, this is another opportunity for us as an operation to get some of those funds back. These funds cover 50% of Lauren Strasser's wages, conference fees, everything that she goes through in a year's time for recycling, programming, education, so forth. And this is 50% of the expenses and wages comes out to $39,187.40. And this is an annual every year. We just refer to it as the 903. Your equipment is your 902. Shannon Rossman, she does the programming for the planning, that is a 901. And then the tonnage report you'll hear me bring forward is called the 904. So it's the 900 series grants that we go through the Recycling Act. So seeking your approval.
I will make a motion.
I will second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Just for the public's knowledge, commissioners oversee all the different departments, but at the same time, there are specific departments that each commissioner oversees directly, and then they bring it back to all three commissioners, and Commissioner Sorden's been assigned to oversee the landfill, so, in RMS. So he speaks with you on a regular basis, and then he brings back the information to all three of us.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
6.10, Stacy.
Morning, Stacy.
Good morning. Okay, 5.10, we're seeking a vote to approve the following Lycoming County LEPC membership applications. Jeffrey Hunstinger, John Harahus, and Jacob Wentz.
Okay, have a motion.
I will make a motion.
I'll second.
Thank you very much.
Thank
We
you.
didn't vote yet.
Oh.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And we want to thank these three individuals for stepping forward and serving on this board, and look forward to hearing input from them. And everyone that serves on different boards throughout the county. We appreciate your time and energies. Okay. Shannon?
Good morning, Commissioners. The first item I have is 6.11. This is to vote to approve the submission of the 901 planning grant that Jason just referenced. The counties are mandated to update their solid waste plan every 10 years by the state. They do give you some funding to do that. We're halfway through the process. We had an initial 901 grant, produced a draft at the staff level, and DEP had some technical comments. So since we are allowed to apply for a grant every 2 years, and we're past that 2-year mark now, we're allowed to submit for another grant to finish the document. This is mandatory, so we are going to hire, come back to the commissioners for a recommendation to hire Barton LaJudas in the near future to help us with those technical aspects. We'll, at the staff level, continue to make any changes that we're capable of making, and then have them do those technical things. And then we'll be coming back through the public review process and adoption process.
Okay, great. Thank
And
you.
it's an 80-20 grant.
It's getting better.
Yeah.
Okay. A motion.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
And for 6.12, the commissioners have been looking to make the improvements to the first floor of 3rd Street Plaza, and we've asked our consultant Delta to help us do a grant submission to the COVID-19 ARPA Capital Projects Fund Multi-Purpose Community Facilities Grant Program. This will enable the renovations on first floor to become much more accessible for the public, because you're intending to move most of the higher traffic departments to the first floor. This will also include 3 private pods that will have computer access and internet access for the public to use as they're coming into those offices. So they'll be able to do anything from job interviews, job searches, have educational opportunities with those computers, and then also if they need to do health checks, things like that. So they'll have internet and camera access. And we'll be applying to, we have some initial cost estimates that we're going to use for the grant. We're not 100% sure what those final ones will be. It's a minimum of $500,000 and a maximum of $2 million.
Okay.
I also have, if there's any public that would like to sign, I also have some support letters
That'd be fantastic. This is a great opportunity for us to acquire funds to help with the renovations over there. And at minimal, early request of what is needed to do to get the monies.
Yeah, these are our most high traffic, Veterans
Right.
Affairs, assessment, the treasurer's office, voter services, and your commissioner's meeting room for the first floor.
So, in lieu of a Monday meeting,
Mhm.
if there were changes to that, what is required for the grant? Like, would the meeting room itself be required, or just the pods?
The
For the-
absolute requirement for the grant is to provide additional internet and computer access for individuals who don't have access. So, and in general, anything else around that. So
So if we as a group determine another office has that traffic,
Mhm.
and we leave somebody on a higher floor and put somebody else on the first floor, that's kind of up to us as what we feel is high traffic.
I would imagine
Is that
so.
acceptable? Okay.
Yeah, this has nothing to do with what function we're gonna put that.
Right, just that it's high traffic for public, plus the capability of
In
the
order to
computer
apply for the grant, you
systems.
do have to have a way to provide those computers and access to the internet and ability to do that, do that access. And Clinton County, I believe, just applied for it also,
Okay.
similar project.
Great. Thank you for locating it. And I know there was a short time frame on it. A lot of work.
It's due tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh,
So, and you really worked diligently to get the letters of support, and,
We could just use a few public
yeah.
citizens support letters.
So if we have some people in the audience who'd like to read the letter and possibly sign on. It does assist the county in many ways.
Yeah.
Stop talking so she can get to work. Go.
Okay.
Well, I have to wait for you guys to finish the motion, because you yelled at Stacy, so I want to, I don't want to leave before you actually do the approval.
I will make the motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Shannon.
Wait.
6.13, John?
Morning, John.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is a project with a lot of history. It's fairly complicated. So just as a background, in the borough of Jersey Shore, there is a culvert. It's basically a stream encased inside a culvert. It's 1,100 feet long. It's comprised of 5 different types of culverts, including a stone arch bridge that's now buried, and pipe that is degrading and collapsing. We actually did have a collapse earlier, or I guess later last year. And then it's also the sidewalk along Allegheny Street. And after Tropical Storm Lee, damage occurred and actually sunk the sidewalk a bit, which is the ceiling of the culvert itself. So there's a lot going on. 1,100 foot long culvert is that's a fairly large undertaking as far as what the expense is going to be when you actually get to construction. Current estimates are about $7 million, but it's I'm going to go ahead and guess it's going to be more than that at this time. Those estimates were from 2017. We've tried multiple times to get funding for this project. We got, all the way up to the DOT Secretary's desk, funding consideration, but our major drawback was the fact that we didn't have the project fully engineered. We didn't have the environmental permits at the time in hand to get started. We were confident that we could do that. They thought otherwise. So again, complicated project. We have to go through a few different things that are not typical because of that. We anticipate most of our construction funding is going to come from DOT. And if it's going to come through DOT, you're probably going to end up in PennDOT's ECMS contracting system. I believe ECMS, if I can remember right, is Engineering and Construction Management System. So we basically, it's like the pen bid version for PennDOT. And with that comes some strings, right? So they have their own policies and procedures, which is what's on the agenda today. Number one is basically, when we do this process, it comes with sealed bids. So when we advertise for engineering, we select our top 3, and then we can, once we select our primary bidder that we want to hire, we can unseal that bid. We can negotiate with that company if we think we need to, or we can move on to the second bidder. The last time we did this project was the Marsh Hill Bridge project was done through ECMS, but we don't use this regularly. It's basically for our more complicated projects, especially when it comes to transportation-related items like this. And it, yeah, along with this, we're going to have an MOU probably in about 2 weeks for the commissioners to review and approve, bringing responsibility onto the county for managing the design process, but the responsibility for construction stays with the township, or the borough. We want to, you know, they're the eyes on the street, they're the ones right there. They should manage that side of the project. So with the policies and procedures today, our consultant selection is primarily it is for design services. And with that, when we get into actually paying for this, we have a FEMA brick grant to cover about $300,000 worth of work there. The borough was actually able to acquire a grant through the local share LSA. So I believe they have about $250,000, and then we have the $1 million set aside for Lashy Run to cover whatever it might be in between. The estimate for the consulting services was about $700,000. Through this process, obviously, I can't predict exactly what it will be, but we have enough to fund that and get on to a more competitive project.
Now, as we see the flooding that occurs around the county and that the focus is on the levee, you know, people often forget about the flooding down in Muncie in that area. Lashy Run in the Jersey Shore area, Graffius Run in Williamsport. These are all areas that are critical that need to be addressed. Lashy Run, to have that corrected, is critical for Jersey Shore and their residents. And so any way we can assist, we should. We've been trying to work on this for years.
Yes.
So we'll continue to fight the battle. We appreciate what planning does to try to get this across the finish line, because it is critical to the Jersey Shore area.
Yeah. It's along Allegheny Street, so if this culvert goes out, I mean, you're losing your main thoroughfare through town.
That's correct.
And it'll be closed for months. So.
Yeah. Okay, can I have a motion?
I will make a motion.
I'll second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Commissioner comment?
Any comments?
I would just follow up with what you just said, Commissioner Metzger. You know, we get sometimes focused in one area, and as a county, you know, we're covering a very large geography, and I think that the three of us will continue to work very hard at spreading the services of the county into all the areas to help support, because each has their own concerns. We're not going to take over their work, but we're going to help them with their work, and that's across the board.
Yeah, I had a couple of things. One, to go back to what we adjusted with Fred Ham with trash. There was no issue on Fred's side. It was basically the contract and how it was written, and it was wording is basically it. And sometimes government moves slowly, and it seems like a hassle to something that should be just so easily done. But it's part of the necessity of the red tape of government to have checks and balances, and to make sure we have contracts, and make sure the contracts are legal, and to protect the public from, we just don't want easy access for people in power to write checks and to pay things without that checks and balance system. So sometimes it's frustrating. This was one of the ones that was frustrating because it seemed like such a little thing, but it is a reminder of the necessities of these to kind of protect and checks and balances throughout our government. Our system is so important. And the other thing I just wanted to say is that our primary is Tuesday, to remind people to get out and vote. I know this time, with each election, there's sexier races than others. I know in the fall, when we have the presidential race and a senatorial race here in Pennsylvania, there'll be a lot of activity. Here, I don't know. We have statewide things. We have treasurer, we have attorney general. So but it's just the exercising your right, and reminding our kids and the next generation how important it is to just get out and vote. Because unfortunately for us, because we don't live where the lines are wrapped around the block, we can get in and get out. And it is important to get out and vote and take a minute to educate yourself on the statewide races. I don't know if there's any. Maybe there's some school boards that have things going on. I don't know, but locally we don't have much. Most people are uncontested. We don't have. The fall will be way sexier than this, but we shouldn't go vote just when there's exciting races. We should just go vote because it's what we should do. Civic duty, that's what I was looking for. Nice, thank you for that.
Thank you. Monday is Earth Day, and it's a day recognized around the world, and we just want to remind everybody to take care of the places where we live. And, I want to thank the people that clean up the litter, especially along the highways. It's dangerous work. It baffles my mind why people can't throw their trash out when they pull into a gas station or a convenience store. They get to throw it out along the highway. But I know that during the winter I saw quite a bit, and different sections of the highway coming into work. And I saw workers out there, people volunteering their time too. The drug court people were out there doing a section, and we want to thank the courts for allowing that to take place. And everybody's cooperation, just minor things such as litter, taking care of our planet in any way you can. So.
Amen.
All right. Public comment. We wait for the audience.
Did Tom leave?
He must have left. Yeah.
No,
You
no,
online?
no.
Okay.
He gave me a letter.
Okay.
That's the most important.
Yeah.
Are you supposed to read it?
That's her letter.
It's a support letter for our grant.
Oh, okay. I thought she was going to be his spokesman today.
Just missed the curveball.
Right.
Okay.
It's okay. It was a ball.
So we've completed our agenda. So our next meeting will be Thursday, April 25th at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you.